gumball machine. What? Wait. We're gonna look into this. See, look at all these STEM kits that they have here at Barnes and Noble. It's over here too. See, all these different STEM kits. What's interesting is that all of these, look at the age, 8 to 14 plus 8 plus 8. They're all like 8 plus. And it's funny how, like, you see a bunch of kids on the pictures. But I would argue that these kids can benefit adults. And I know, right, you might be like, well, I don't want this like in my house, or I don't have time to do that. But I think it's a pretty cool thing. I would argue that something like this would allow someone that owns a house or is in an apartment or whatever to reduce their energy bill. Pretty interesting too. Like, I'm looking at all the names of all these, and it's like, oh, I know that class, like this one here, like electricity and magnetism. That one's like physics too. That's literally all of physics too. So if you're in high school and you're taking like, I think AP Physics 2 or college, AP Physics 2 or Physics 2 rather. So it's pretty cool. This is like environmental engineering, structural. It's funny too because this is the STEM section. Well, look, it's across arts and crafts, so it's like separated. But as you can see right here, you just saw that this set said chemistry and arts. All I talk about is how like these two are interconnected, and it's all connected. It's all connected. So yeah. So the whole point with that, at school you'll take classes and they'll be like, oh right, you're either like this math or science kid, or you're like a history, English, art kid, right? I feel like that's, at least from my experience, like being the math and science kid, it was kind of like you're either or, like how those two aisles were separated. You're either like, hey, a STEM kid or like an art kid. And it's just wild how like that kind of becomes a thing. And then, you know, you probably, if you're in high school or whatever, right, college even, like, right, it's like, oh, how did you pick your major? Well, you know, I like art, so I did that. And it's like, but because I did that, I can't be good at math or science. Or in my case, you know, a lot of people, at least that I hear, you know, it's like, hey, you know, I'm really good at the math and science, but I can't draw, or like I can't do art. And it's just, it's wild to kind of think about it that way, because then that they're connected more than you think both ways. They really complement each other. Then you're not like pigeonholing yourself into like, hey, yeah, I prefer like the math and science classes, right? And that's great. You can have a preference. Preference doesn't mean you can't do the other thing, the opposite. You might like the STEM classes better, but it doesn't mean you can't draw or paint or do music and all those other like art classes, because a lot of those subjects, like music, right? Music theory is a lot of just math, like trigonometry, heavily used in music theory, and like sounds and things like that. And then if you go back to the sounds, right, sound waves and all that stuff is modeled with physics. You don't want to get to the one or the other. You really want to keep all your options open, and having that mindset and just understanding that before you go into these classes will kind of make you be prepared when they get hard, because you can be able to see past the whole, oh, like good at art, bad at math, good at math, bad at art. So yeah,